Hey guys and girls, welcome to video number 11. Not done much, taking the bonnet off just so I can paint the scuttle panel. As you can see, it's looking very nice in satin black. It needs polishing, but polishing down. You can see there's certain areas where it looks a bit naff, but to be fair, I don't really mind. The fact it's painted makes it look really good. The rust and stuff, I've not bothered grinding it down massively. I sanded it down a bit, but to be fair, it's all hidden by the plastic, so that'll do like that. It's painted, so it's protected. All I've got to do is get underneath it now and protect it from the underside. So we'll see what I'm going to use on that. Yeah, that vent there, I should have took it out really, but to be fair, it is really that it is that what do you call it, that brittle, sorry, that I don't really want to remove it, so I've just painted over it. I did prime it. You can see these bits of primer sticking out everywhere. That's all under the plastic covering there. The plastic covering, you can just see, comes to about here, so I'm not really that fussed about that bit sticking out. Same for this side. Again, the plastic covering comes to about here. Anything outside of it, like this stuff here, I'll just get rid of it with some meths or something. Yeah, I know that's looking a mess, but again, to be fair, I'm not really that bothered. Speaking to a guy on Fiat Form, and he can get me some really nice plastic wheel arch trims that fit over this, and that's what I'm going to get. It'll cover all this nasty, it's not a bodge, I'm not going to call it a bodge, I'm going to call it an attempt at a repair. It's just one that I couldn't be bothered to what do you call it, fill out. So I've just sprayed over that just temporary to I may get some filler on it, what the hell, it needs grinding back a bit more, but to be fair, I think I'll do it with a Dremel. You get a better finish on that. And again, there's some plastic trim that goes down here as well. So yeah, I'll do that. So I've got to get those plastic trims up at some point in time. They also do the back wheel arch as well, which is nice. So I think it looks really good on the Panda. So I'll do that. And yeah, now I managed to piece together the old drainage hole, and I've just stuck it in with a bit of silicone sealant there. I'm hoping it's going to work. So the pipe's all there, the drain pipe and everything, so yeah, we'll see. Engine wise, yeah, she's running good. Only problem is I can't bleed the cooling system. I've tried everything, squeezing the pipes, you name it. I mean, the pipes squeeze lovely, you know, you can squeeze them. New thermostat, new radiator. And you get a flow going through the radiator when you run the hose pipe through it. So yeah, I don't know why the system won't bleed. I'm thinking maybe the water pump's gone. I know it's not very often the water pump just goes like that, because when I was doing the engine flush on the car, I obviously had no radiator on it. I was using the old radiator, and I just filled it up with coolant. With water. Temporary, just filled it up with water. I've got sandpaper everywhere. Just filled it up with coolant, and yeah, I filled it up with coolant to with water, just to keep the engine cool while it was, and it bled instantly. You know, as soon as the thermostat opened, I had my heaters inside the car working, and I had all my radiator getting red hot, and I never had the fan on it. I never had the fan on it at the time. Get my words right. So all I was doing was squirting the radiator, the old radiator, with the hose pipe to keep it cool, and it kept the engine at a lovely 90 degrees. So yeah, just perfect. So yeah, like I say, at the moment I've got to try and figure out why I cannot bleed the cooling system. Like I say, I'm suspecting it's the water pump that's gone. So we'll see. I don't know, just tried to break the bead on the tyres, and I've got one side off, but I can't do the other side. I found out that they're actually tube tyres. There's a tube inside them, which is quite rare. I've never seen a tube tyre before. I used to fit it. I used to be at college, and we used to do, you know, remove and replace tyre on the rim and things like that. And I never once saw a car tyre with a tube in it. But this has got a mixture of tubed and tubeless, as it's all different tyres. They're all cracked and perished. Let me show you the cracks in it. Oh, yeah, you go, look. Mega cracks. So the tyres will never pass an MOT. It needs all 5 replacing, the spare and all. But I wanted to try and get the tyre off the rim so I could shock blast the rim and actually paint it white again. But yeah. Distributor, okay, thank you to a person on Fiat Forum. Don't know if they want to remain anonymous or not, I don't know, so I'm not going to say any names. But a person on Fiat Forum who managed to sell me this distributor here, and came with the little electronics box, but the electronics box didn't work for some reason. The one that he sold me with, which was that one there. But I ordered one off eBay. Had it sat on the wall for a bit, just sat there, you know, getting rained on and everything, and I was giving up with it, thinking of changing it over to the old point system. Eventually I decided to stick that box on. That box didn't work with the old distributor system, which is just been thrown down over there. Can we see it? There it is. So yeah, I stuck that box on, and the engine, believe, started up first turn of the key. You know, we had spark and everything. I need to replace these. They're not cracked. If I just pull this pipe off here and you have a look on the inside of it, there we go. Okay, it's got a little bit of perishing in there. I don't know what's coming out on the camera. Yeah, that's perished. Okay, it's perished. It doesn't leak or anything, but it needs replacing. It's only them two bits of pipe, just that bit there and that bit that goes to the carburetor. That's all the pipe is. You've got your input coming from your fuel tank, and that's your return going to your fuel tank. That's obviously your fuel pump, because the fuel pump on these engines are driven by the cam, because it's non-electronic ignition. Sorry, it's non-ECU controlled. So yeah, I've been cleaning it up and whatnot. Found the battery clamp, so I was quite chuffed with that. That fell out the dashboard when I was taking it all to bits, which is now almost all back together again. Let's do a bit of videoing on that. There you go. Ooh. One dashboard sort of fitted. Yeah, I've got to replace the speedo cable, but it was enough to drive it around. All my electronics now work. I have my indicator left, indicator right, my hazards, my electric rear window, my windscreen wiper and washer, which I'm not going to put on because I'm going to get soaked because I've got no window screen in it. Fog lamp, which does work when I put the headlights on. Change to high beam, you can't really see it very well, but it is there. Also flash as well. What else? Fuel light, it won't work because I've not got the fuel sender on. Gauge, the fuel gauge works, which was nice. Tried all that out. Temperature gauge works really well. Something I found that's really fun with these cars, the temperature gauge. Now, it's a very, very interesting temperature gauge, because the more electronic devices you have turned on in your car, the hotter your car apparently gets. However, the temperature of the engine will stay the same. And I found out what it's doing is it's trying to earth through the temperature, what do you call it, the temperature gauge. So I don't know if it'll work now, but if I put everything on, and the lights, it's not doing it because the engine's not warm. If I put everything on while it's at 90 degrees, the actual temperature will creep up a notch and a half. So the temperature's not true. But yeah, I don't know if I showed you my dashboard yet, guys, but this is it all cleaned up. Let's have a look. Where are we? There's just a few bits and pieces in there for the steering and the column. But look how clean it is. It's lovely. Really clean. And that repair job, okay, it's a bit of a mess at the top there where it's gone all, the glue's sprayed out and over it, but I'm not too fussed because I'll stick a pod speaker in there and it'll hide it. The important thing was I just wanted a little bit of a pocket here to put my phone in every now and then, and I've got it. Don't know how well this is going to come out, but there you go, it's come out really good. That's all been mounted where it should go, all under here, so it's all nice and in. Pedals and things, yeah, they're all good. I've not yet put the carpet in the car. I have actually got a rubber carpet to put in here. I won it on eBay and I paid like 15 quid for it. I think it was 15 quid. And yeah, it's just, all it is the rubber carpet from out of the lower models. I call them the lower models. I shouldn't really do that, should I? Because it makes them sound bad. They're not lower models, they're just different models. From out of the different model, I won it on eBay out of, I think it was a 750. The rubber, just put my hand on all silicone, lovely. It was the rubber flooring. So I think I'm going to stick that in instead, rather than putting the shag pile carpet in, which I find quite humorous. The fact that a four-wheel drive car that's designed for going across muddy fields and whatnot has got a shag pile carpet in it. But oh well. But yeah, I've got the heater vent here, which could go back on now. I only took it off so I didn't get any spray paint all over it. And yeah, like I say, the spray job's come up lovely. I used one whole rattle can's worth of paint on it, and it was the big type of tin and all, bigger than that one over there. It was the Halford standard paint, satin black, and I used the whole tin on it to make sure it will no rust will be able to eat through it. Because as we all know, rust, it has other ideas and it eats through from the other side. Turn my ignition off. Oh, I found my key. It was hiding. But yeah, that's all good. The column doesn't move, which is nice, so that's nice and good. The bearings are good in there. The wheel moves only because it's not tightened up, but there's no point in tightening it up when I've got to replace the speedo cable. Oh no, I've not. I could actually tighten the wheel up and put it back on, but it's easier to remove the wheel to get all the dashboard off. And while I've got the wheel off, I may as well do it. The fun thing to do is figure out what you know, if the wheel's correctly aligned for the as you're going down the road. So when I'm going straight, if the wheel was going to be straight or not. Oh, come on, you bugger. Yeah. So in the Cinquecento a while ago, it was like that. Yeah, I was going straight, and that was because I took the wheel off it to what did I take the wheel off for? To replace the stalks, because the stalks gone on these. And funny enough, it's the same stalks as what's in this Panda. Well, put the steering lock on. At least the steering lock works in this. That's nice. And then let me choke. I always leave my choke out because it stops anything from dropping in the intake manifold, which I've put a bag over now, so I don't really need to do it, but it's more of a cautionary thing. I don't think this car came with a radio fitted as standard. I don't know if it did or did not. I mean, someone's been in here cutting the bloody cables up for the cigarette lighter, and they actually cut the wrong wires and put it onto the wrong thing, which is very clever of them. No offence if ever you're watching this video there, but you cut the wrong cables. but it's no problem. What I intend to do is run a cable from my ignition live, which is under the dash, under here somewhere. Run it, you know, through up into the dashboard, do a professional job of it, run it into here and then bring it back down through here, and run that into my radio, so my radio turns on and off with the ignition, because I don't like it where when you turn your key off and your radio still works. Because the way how I see that is you turn your radio off, so you turn your ignition off and your radio could still be turned on, you know, just there on tick over, so to speak, you know, without the without any volume up. Oh yeah, I've also got problems with my gearbox. I have got no fifth gear. It goes into fifth, as you can see. You can hear it clicking into fifth. And we've got, right, I've got to fix that as well. It spins around, which is quite annoying. I need to run some glue into it. You got first, second, third, fourth's in there somewhere, but it obviously won't work with the clutch. If I put the clutch in, it'll probably work. I've got to move in the car. Squeaky door hinges. Put the clutch in. Yep, there's fourth. Out of fourth, into fifth. And fifth is non-existent. For instance, what I'll do, if I just, you see I've got the clutch in. Where's my fifth gear? The car engine won't run because there's no fuel. But I've got no fifth gear. So yeah, it was in fifth, as you could see. That's in neutral. And what I'll do, look, is I'll show you, my foot is off the clutch. I'll try and get it all in the angle. It's going to be hard to do actually. I'm going to do it like this. There you go. Hold the camera with my neck, and I can have the engine running. Where's my fifth gear? It's not there, look. But yeah, it's all fun. So I've got to strip a gearbox down. When I do that, I'll replace the clutch as well, as the clutch is on the maximum wear limiter. So the wear limiter, it's on the maximum adjustment, so I'll replace that as well while I'm at it. I wish I could get hold of the, there's a boot, a rubber boot that's supposed to go underneath this. You can see it's there, look. But the rubber boot, I think they all go on all the Pandas. And there's a couple of people who's been crying out for them. And I don't think you can get hold of them anymore, but what the hell, they don't really need it, I don't think. It's not a fail point on an MOT. If it was, I think all Pandas would have failed MOT. But to be fair, it's not bad. There's a bit of play in the bush there. I may take it to bits and see if I can fix it, but it ain't bad. Like I say, it is low mileage. It's just a shame that the old gearbox has lost its fifth gear, but that's just because it's had no oil in the box and it's been driven round without any oil. Yeah, I've got tons of oil. You've seen in my previous video. All I've got to do now with this thing is just well, get everything all back together again. I'm literally just waiting for the silicone to dry, which is probably going to take overnight, because I want to get the which is hanging up there on the light, the windscreen rubber, which I've actually made a real good job of. I literally used some wet and dry on it and sanded all the moss and stuff off it, and look how good it's come up. It's come up like new. It's come up ever so well. And it feels smooth as well when you rub it. It's come up really nice. So that's going to be put back in the car when the old oh, I'll get off my paint you. Mind you, it is dry, so that's alright. It is going to be put in there when that silicone dries, which will probably be tomorrow. I parked the car in the sun to try and dry the paint out quicker, and the sun's turned around and gone away. But, it doesn't matter. I say the paint is dry now, so I could really start putting everything all back in, you know, like fixing up all the spline and everything, and the washer. the washer jets. Put the vents back in. But, I'll probably leave it that till tomorrow. But, oh, she's looking good. Got the bumper back on and new radiator in. I need to get the grill in next. I've washed the grill, but I looked at it again today and it's still got loads of moss all over it, so I need to wash it again. But, it's just a shame about the stress wear on the actual bumper. I mean, I don't know if it's pretty fair. I reckon it'll rub off. Yeah, that'll rub off, look. That's interesting. Give it a bit of a scrubbing with a scrubby brush and it'll probably come off all that well. I was wondering if I was to get the heat gun to it, to the back bumper, if I could beat the crease out of it. Okay, the crease will still be in there, but the crack, sorry. If it will get it out, still not fix the back exhaust yet. Reason being is because I'm working from the front to the back, so to speak, even though I've stripped off the back end down. Oh, and I've painted my shock absorbers yellow on the back as well. They're in the shed drying at the moment because it's the hottest place I could find rather than the house. But yeah, I say the grill's not bad. Let's get in the sun. You can see, look, there's still moss and stuff all over it. So I need to get in there with the toothbrush, I think, and really give it a good clean up. It's a shame the Fiat badge has gone all cloudy, because that would have been nice to, you know. But, oh well, beggars can't be choosers when all's said and done. I can't expect an immaculate car, not for the age. I'm just happy to have what I've got. Okay, it's a bit of a wreck, but it's a wreck that's improving till it won't be a wreck anymore. Alright guys, it's wow, 22 minutes I've been just nattering on, not doing anything. So just class this as a bit of a nattery video. So yeah, thank you very much for watching guys, and please do check back on future progress of the car. Oh yes, and over there, hanging up on the line, is the cleaned soundproofing that goes around the all the airbox and whatnot. So all that's nice and clean as well. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and peace out. Catch you on the next video. Oh, and before I go, make sure you have a look at my next video, because something bad's just happened, and it's yeah, just make sure you watch the next part of the video guys.